Disco X on the line, just as I suspected. No one really gets over me. I'm unaffected. Why would you try to ever put me second? You're just another groupie to me. No, I'm out here single, and I need some real. Now I got standards, give a fuck how you feel. I'm out here single, tell me what's the deal. Now I got standards, give a fuck how you feel.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday! Excited to have you guys with us. Welcome to the All Sauce team right here on the Betting News Network. Stoked to have you guys with us. We're back, boys. The three of us are back together. It's been like literally 3.5 weeks maybe since we've all three of us been here on a Friday talking to All Sauce team.
Yeah.
Excited to have the horsemen all back together. That's Vsauce. That's Just Sook. My name is Sweatpants Jesus. Stoked to have you guys here in the chat. Thanks for stopping by and kicking it right here on YouTube, on X, or on Twitch. Lads, happy Friday. How we doing?
Happy fucking Friday.
This song makes me feel like such a bad bitch. I just love it.
Oh, you are a bad bitch.
Every time.
Where's the trio of bad bitches? Let's get it.
A trio. Hell yeah. Excited to have you guys here. Thanks for stopping by.
Even after you won the hat, B-Dot, even after you won the hat on UIU this morning, come on.
Hey, it's a part of B-Dot's brand now.
Yeah, it really is.
Also, congrats, B-Dot.
It's not just us too, V. I watch the other shows. B-Dot drops in. The fuck Boston is obligatory. He drops it every time.
Well, now he gets to say it to Adam as well, our third Boston homie. There you go, B-Dot. Appreciate you guys tuning in and hanging out with us to finish off your week. September is here. Football is here. Vibes are high. Week 1 is rocking and rolling. I'm just doing this because this is what Sook does every time right before we start the show.
I know. It's so funny.
Thank you for exposing me live. But yes, I do slap the shit out of myself 30 seconds before every show.
It's wonderful to watch. It's literally if you don't do that, I'm gonna text you next time and be like, "Are you okay? Everything all right?" Absolutely love it. We got a fun show in front of us, guys. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we got to lock in BetAlytics. We got BetAlytics in the house in just a little bit. Rob's gonna be stopping by and giving us the moves for a game we got tonight in Sao Paulo. We're going to Brazil to have the Chiefs taking on the Chargers in AFC West battle as week 1 in the NFL continues tonight. We're going to spend most of the show talking about that. We talked about it a lot earlier on Any Given Wager. Hope you guys enjoyed that when we broke that down earlier today. But V wrote about this game at bettingnews.com. We got some more moves to discuss. Can't wait to hear what you guys think about this game tonight. Also, as a reminder, chat, because I was looking this up a little earlier, you can watch the game tonight on YouTube.
Free.
Ball free. So NFL's being really good crack dealers. They're giving out the crack for free right now, and then they're going to make you pay $1 million for the rest of the season, as per usual. So, but we'll talk all about that game. But before we do that, before BetAlytics joins us and gives us the moves from the model, we've got some news to discuss. As you guys can see on the side of the screen here, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in La La Land with Kawhi Leonard. We're going to talk about the EUROBASKET situation as well, with what's going on overseas. Also, I texted these guys too, chat, and I just want to say this out loud to all of you guys out there as well. We're like a month away from NBA. We're like literally a month away, and then we will be talking legitimate NBA games on this show.
A little more than a month.
All right.
Into the shadows. Into the shadow realm.
We don't need this honesty around here. What are we doing?
We got fucking hockey in a month, though.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's
true. We're also
like 15 days.
No, it's literally like a month from.
Yeah, October 4th, I think, is puck drop.
when we're in Chicago, there's going to be games in Chicago, which is almost a month away now, too, boys, which is crazy.
V is the worst Canadian ever. You should have hockey dates ingrained in your mind, bro.
Stick them in there. But anyway, we're going to talk NBA like games really soon. We're going to talk some news right now.
Get out. Get out, Kanika. Sorry, just get out right now. The league's dead. The league's dead.
Respectfully, I'm leaving that league. I did
Luke's
not
leaving that league now.
She should have played fantasy football with us. That would have been more fun.
Chat, do not play fantasy basketball. If you're lost right now, that's the point of the game. Do not play fantasy basketball. It's not fun.
It's really hard. It's really hard.
You're riding a fantasy football high, and you're just like, hey, fantasy basketball, it's right there. Let's do it. And then you're setting lineups every day, and you're in hell.
I mean, I think it's fun. Some people think it's horrible, and I don't like to play it because the general public doesn't like it, and it's hard to make a league.
I think it's fun if you're not betting on basketball and if you're just watching it. But we are so invested in the gambling aspect of basketball now with what we do here, and also just because we're degenerates, that like it's really difficult for me to want to follow that aspect of it. Plus my 7,000 fantasy football leagues I'm in. Plus I got to remember the bets that I'm making that night too.
Can we tell chat since we're here now together again that like at the wedding and everything, everybody bonded so hard that SPJ joined our fantasy football league, like the one that me and Sook have been doing since we were literal like
our childhood friend league has been going on since like 2013, 2014.
We have not been
SPJ is now in there
in more than a decade because of people falling off and falling out and stuff like that. But SPJ was just, yep. I came in and I found out the good news and I couldn't be happier.
SPJ was a brown boy for a week. Let's be real. At V's wedding, SPJ was definitely a brown boy.
He lost his shoes. And if you're brown and you're in here, you know what that means. He got his shoes jacked.
Yeah, where are the other brownies in here that are going to know what that means? Because that's too long of a story. Is that bad to say it like that?
No, I didn't like that, to be honest.
Okay. My brown lads. How about that?
That's nice.
I actually also did not weasel my way into this league. I got invited. So I didn't just say like, I'm joining this league because I know these guys. This is crazy. No, I got invited by the general manager. That's
why I prefaced it with they bonded so hard that they were like, hey, you know what we should do? Fantasy football.
I will say we haven't had
Don Julio speak.
We haven't had our opportunity to have this. Speaking of the Don Julio, while it was flowing during V's wedding week, SPJ is the socialist of the social butterflies. He was fluttering about. I was impressed. And the first day I looked at him, and because we haven't got to talk about this yet. First day I looked at him and I was like, "You good?" And he's like, "I'm good." After that, I did not have to worry about this guy one teensy bit the rest of the time.
I heard only the best things about my friend Daniel. I'm going to use your name because that's what everybody's coming at me with. But yeah, I heard nothing but good things. Ashna's aunt, everybody that he spoke to. Like, yeah, they had a great conversation about the Packers during musical nights. Like, it was fantastic.
I thought you were talking about your other.
Everybody! I was talking about everybody. Sook may not have known about my Ashna's aunt, but that was fantastic too. Everybody.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, exactly. B. Dot. A little different. It's verbiage there.
Socialist.
I had a. And I'll give you this little story. This was one of the last things that happened at the reception. Was I don't know who this woman was, so maybe you do, V, but one of your mom's friends or closest friends just had like her anniversary or something. And so she was celebrating her anniversary at your reception kind of as well. And she came up to me at the end and was like, I just celebrated my anniversary. And I was just like, oh no, where's this conversation going? And she was like, I just have to tell you that you're such a beautiful man. And I was like,
I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm not going to expose them on the stream, but that is so funny and so on brand.
I was so incredibly uncomfortable because I was like, I was like, wow, congrats on your anniversary. Oh no, this conversation is continuing down a path.
I think my favorite moment of DC and Calgary was at the Jago night, the night that DC flew in and landed. We had a party night. We're all there. We're all in a big greenhouse partying, dancing. And the guy next to me, he's not talking to me. He's talking to his buddy. And he just looks to the side. And DC had just gone into the dance floor with V. And he just goes, holy shit, that's Jesus.
In the house, baby. In the house. Hey, man, it was a great time. Miss you boys live, but now we at least get to do this every week with you guys, which is the good vibes we love around here on Betting News.
It's about 5 weeks till we're back together.
5 weeks, baby. 5 weeks. We are going to be all right. Let's get to business. Fun time talking. Yeah, DC, that's me, Daniel Collins.
Oh my God.
So definitely is adopted calling me DC. He called me that quite a bit when I was in Calgary. So that was a
once you said that's what your Hooper homies called you, then I was like, that's it.
That's it.
I like the way that my name's pronounced up there too. Daniel. It's very it's very Daniel, whereas like it's very Daniel down here, whereas Daniel up there.
Oh, it's the Alberta accent, man.
The Alberta accent, a little bit of the Indian accent too, rolling the ends. Like I don't know how you roll an end, but they do it.
I didn't want to be semi-racist and try to throw that in there as well, so I'll just move past that. All right, let's talk some sports, man. We've got. I'll let Sook tee this up because, as you guys know, we're going to talk the rest of the show. Most of the show today, we're going to talk about the football game tonight. So we'll get to that in a little bit. We broke it down earlier today. Did you do that?
Nope.
We'll figure that out.
Are you?
That's
trying
been
to,
happening on the scenes thing. Yeah.
I was like, I'm very big. Now I lost my train of thought completely. We're going to talk football. Rob's here. He's in the shadows. We'll bring him up in just a minute to kind of give you guys the moves in the football. But let's talk a little news first. We haven't had a chance on this show to talk this Kawhi Leonard situation. So tee it up. Tell us exactly kind of what's going on with this and how this has kind of transpired over the last, 3 or 4 days.
All right. So Kawhi Leonard has become tree man. Honestly, it's the weirdest thing ever. Over 4 years, he was supposed to be paid $28 million to a company called Aspiration that was a carbon capture tree planting company that Steve Ballmer himself had put $50 million into. So obviously they were doing backdoor payments to Kawhi, giving him extra money. He never, ever made any sort of appearance, any sort of post ever about this company. Pablo Torre blew this up. Mark Cuban is on the side of Ballmer and says that no wrongdoing took place. But Pablo Torre has told Cuban, come onto my podcast. Let's talk about this, because a $7 million payment per year with a no-show doesn't really make sense. And now Ballmer has come out and said that he got conned. He got into bed with this company and he didn't know. And at the end of the day, he was a victim as well. And I don't fucking believe that for 1 minute, because the Intuit Dome was almost called the Aspiration Dome because they were in talks to name the new arena in LA as well, in Inglewood. So I do not believe Ballmer for a second that he's pleading ignorance here. This is going to be a big thing because Joe Smith kind of had this happen back in the day in the late 90s, and his contract was voided, and the Timberwolves lost 5 first-round picks. The Clippers do not have 5 firsts to give up, so God knows what's going to happen right now. But the gavel is going to fall. Judgment is going to come, boys. Something has to come of this, because if a tree falls in a forest, did the boardman plant it? I don't think so. So we're in trouble right now as NBA fans. Actually, no, we're not in trouble as NBA fans. As NBA fans, we're about to have a lot of fun. If this contract gets voided and Kawhi is available for the MLE, $5.5 million, we're going to have a lot of fun the next 6 weeks before the season starts. Boys, but what are we thinking here? Was there wrongdoing?
My question to you, I don't know. And I honestly... Probably not, but I mean, being a billionaire and getting conned just sounds like, I don't know if those two things can go into one sentence, but everybody can get conned nowadays, I guess. Pablo Torre also did have Mark Cuban on his pod. I don't know if they had a podcast situation or they did have that conversation. By
I
the
think
way,
it releases today.
I saw a snippet of it. I didn't see the whole. I didn't know when it comes out, but so that happened. My question is, and I've seen this floating around the timeline, and our friend NZ actually asked us this, and I want to get y'all's thoughts. Maybe, Shook, you probably know a little bit deeper about this. But if this does turn into a gavel down situation, and like you were talking about, it gets rescinded, does that mean that SGA would go back to the Clippers? Is that how this would go?
No. Because what's in question is the extension that Kawhi just signed.
Yeah, it's not only that, but the whole trade that happened with PG, that was for a separate player in a different kind of, you know what I mean, deal that happened. I understand that Kawhi requested that, maybe whatever that was, but a lot of the stuff that I've seen surrounding this stuff is kind of like Sook said, it's damning evidence. It's not just the payments and the no-show fees. It's the fact that Aspiration was so heavily involved in both companies and the payments going to Kawhi. It's the fact that he didn't do anything towards actually earning this deal. And in the contract, it says, like, you know how you have contract or like terms of termination, right? Things that you could do, whether it's, you know, getting arrested or getting charged or anything like that, that where the company you work for can terminate your contract. In his contract, it said, this is with the tree company, that if he is no longer with the Clippers, they can terminate his contract. I understand that it's directly correlated because they are heavily invested in this team. But you can't tell me, like Mark Cuban went on the podcast from the snippet that I saw, he was saying Ballmer's not stupid enough to do that. But by that same fucking logic,
it's billionaires supporting billionaires, dude.
But then Ballmer is stupid enough to get conned like this with his team of lawyers, his guys that are doing the due diligence, all of these kinds of things that are happening. It doesn't line up. And if you're gonna make it to seem, oh, he's not that dumb, it's way deeper than that. There's a brand new stadium deal. You are in a city where you have forever been the little brother as a team. You have something.
He bought the stadium next to the Intuit Dome, so he didn't have to deal with it. He spent $400 million on a stadium, so he didn't have to deal with any of the zoning fees, any of the other bullshit that would come with having games and concerts conflicting and just traffic. Steve Ballmer is out on every stage with Microsoft, getting sweaty as fuck, acting like he's the guy that does all the good for companies. This is the thing that pisses me off about billionaires, is that like all of the good is from you. Everything that you've done is from your fucking genius. Then all of a sudden, when Aspiration is a brand new company in 2020, and by 2024 they're already fucking bankrupt, and you're getting conned. Now all of a sudden you got conned. I thought you were a genius.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
I thought you were so fucking smart.
All right, you guys know how much I hate. Who are the two people in sports media that I guess, but I especially hate the most?
Stephen A.
And who's the other one?
Ryan Clark?
Gilbert Arenas. The two guys I hate the absolute most in sports media actually had really good takes on both of these things, which I hate so fucking much. Stephen A. Smith was literally like, Kawhi Leonard is a fraud in this situation, because there's no way that Kawhi did not know about some of this, and that he probably got to the point where the contract conversations got turned into, you know, we're going to tell you this and we'll give you that and make sure that it's all kind of taken and all that good jazz. So the second part of it is Gilbert Arenas unfortunately had a really good soundbite about this too, about how Steve Ballmer knew exactly what he was doing, and that it was a pretty common practice with a bunch of these really rich guys of going, hey man, you know, we can't pay you this $50 million, but we're going to give you the $50 million. We're just going to give you $5 million on paper, and we're going to give you the $45 million. We're going to put it under the table. We're going to invest in your places. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I was watching it going, God, I hate these guys so much, but they might be right.
That's something I don't know if I fully agree with. I like the side of it was like everybody is doing it. Like everyone's doing it. It's happening all over the place. I don't believe that. I do believe that teams are afraid of the repercussions of this kind of situation. 5 first-round draft picks were taken from Minnesota at that time. They were literally handicapped for decades after that. We've seen it happen. And I don't think that this is something where teams are going around. There's a reason that max contracts are going to players that don't deserve them. There's a reason that things like the second apron have been instituted. And I don't think it's so that teams can just pay players. We have to also remember this. These billionaires are billionaires because they're not in the business of just giving away their money either. I don't think that it's exactly as common practice as we think it is. And I think that's like, you know what I mean? Unless we have evidence of it, I don't think it's okay to just be like, it's probably happening everywhere. The whole, we're going to invest in your charity, we're going to do this and that. Obviously, that's going to happen. But the direct incentives, the no-show fee, everything, just all the stuff he asked Toronto for, the reason that the Lakers didn't end up signing him or getting him in the end, all of these things, it's all coming back up and it's smelling hella fishy to me.
I think we can all agree, because we can't spend the rest of the show because we do have a guest that we've got to get to in a second talking about this, but we can all agree that this is the beginning. This is only the old metaphor of the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more of Pandora's box that has been opened that's about to be exposed. I think this could be a long very drawn out conversation and situation that is going to rock and roll with, yeah, absolutely. So we have to put a pin in it, but we did get our thoughts out there. We'll spend some more time talking about it on next Friday or next week. That's something.
We'll get some more news.
Oh, by next week, something is happening. Something is happening by next week.
Ball brought me ESPN at like 11 at night was just honestly awkward too. I don't know.
Yeah. It was weird, the ESPN thing. Like, I guess it's nice to try to show face in these situations, but like, if you're going to really get ahead of it, like, go on Pablo Torre's podcast if you feel really good about it.
I got scammed.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
All right, that's enough.
Anywho. All right. We've got our friends in the house. Chat. We love when Rob stops by and hang out with us. We love when the data tells us what to do with BetAlytics. So let's go back to the lab again.
Oh boy, wonder what they're gonna get into today. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh. I gotta stay till I
Hey, what's going on, big dog? How we doing?
We're doing great. Not gonna lie, that intro hits a little different on an NFL Friday. We're so back, baby.
Let's go.
We back. What's up, dude? Guy, excited to have you here. This is Rob from our friends at BetAlytics.com. Yes, Gerald, you're welcome for bringing the average IQ level up a tiny bit. We appreciate you stopping by, man. Before we jump into the plays and everything you got available at BetAlytics, we appreciate you spending some time. How are you? How's the fam? What's been going on? You excited for NFL getting rocking and rolling?
Yeah, man, everything's great. Not gonna lie, I've been super busy over here at BetAlytics, preparing for the fall season, launching a bunch of new tools and a bunch of new features to our platform. Hate to say we didn't have the Jalen Carter spitting prop last night.
The model didn't pick up on that one, eh? All right, fair enough.
Rob, can I ask you, have you taken a look at the team that Eugene drafted in the Fantasy Football League yet? What do you think? Any thoughts? Any problems?
Yeah, I took a peek. I don't think it's as strong as previous years, but I trust my boy, and I think we can still compete.
All right.
Rob is the second horseman of BetAlytics. Eugene was drafting the other night in our league. But Rob, we're glad to have you here. We do have a football game we're going to talk about tonight. But as you guys know, we tell you on this channel all the time, don't be paying for picks. First of all, you can just fade all of us, A, or B, pay for data. Pay for tools, just like our friends at BetAlytics. You guys can get a little bit of everything they have at BetAlytics.com. You can use our promo code BNews to get a discount for your first month subscription. And Rob is going to show you everything that the data has to offer on BetAlytics.com. So this game tonight, you've got some thoughts, you've got some plays, and the model's telling you some good. So what are we looking at?
Yeah, and I was going to say, I hate to cut off before we get into the data, I hate to cut off the nice conversation you guys are having. Can I comment on Tree Man a little bit? Because I got to
Hell yeah.
Get after the Tree Man.
Yeah.
All right, so massive scandal, right? Cat's out of the bag, right? Heads are going to roll, right? No, I don't think anything's going to happen. Do you know why? I think all the owners are doing this, or at least all the big money, big market owners are doing this. And I think the digger they deepen into this, the bigger the absolute PR nightmare scandal this is going to get. I think Steve Ballmer might have to bite a bullet, and they might have to behind the scenes say, "Hey, like we're going to have to punish you for this. Take, set an example or whatever." But I think many teams are doing this. I think it's been precedent for a while now. I think that's a big reason why I didn't watch the podcast with Mark Cuban. I think it might be a reason why he defended it super aggressively right away. And I think this has been precedent for a while. If you pay attention, there's a lot of people coming out saying the things these guys and their management teams are asking for are so out of control nowadays. I think this has become kind of precedent. When Kawhi was up here in Toronto, when he was, the Raptors thought they were going to re-sign him, there was a ton of rumors around here that him and his crazy Uncle Dennis were asking for same thing,
Yeah.
crazy amount of money outside of the salary cap. And MLSE, the governing owner body up here, was entertaining it, trying to find him like sponsorship deals or this or that. And they would have entertained him if he signed here. So I think this has been going on for a bit, and I think the cat's just out of the bag now, and I don't think anything's going to happen with it because I think it's just going to be a massive PR shitstorm for the league. So
I 100% agree with you, Rob, but the one thing that I did see, and you're 100% right on every point. The one thing that I did see, though, is that someone was saying, I forget who it is, that we're underestimating how much the small market owners hate the big market owners. So something might come of if they rally together.
Yeah, I guess on like a complete board vote or whatever, but when Steve Ballmer could buy every single team in he's one of the richest guys in America, let it go in the world, let alone the league. So I don't see anything happening here. I think they might slap him on the wrist and make him take some kind of a fine, and then they're gonna brush this right under the rug, similar to the Shohei Ohtani betting scandal. Because I think there was more to that story as well. But that's that's a topic for another day.
I love you, Rob. Come with the tinfoil right underneath the BetAlytics cap, isn't it?
That's why Rob's been here for many years at this point. Also, just to kind of throw another angle on this too, I mean, that Jalen Brunson deal is going to get definitely sniffed around. That whole situation too.
Yeah, that Pablo definitely
discount.
Yeah, that Pablo already threw out a little egg saying that that might be next on the investigation list. So we'll see where that goes.
I think I do think that Pablo Torre needs to up his security situation though, because they're gonna have some questions being asked in his vicinity. But you're right, Rob, and it's always nice to hear. As you guys can see, obviously BetAlytics brings the heat in the data department, but Rob brings the heat every single time he joins the show. Period. So, all right, dude. You want to say anything else? Any other heat you want to drop?
No, I'm good. Let's get to Friday Night Football.
Real quick, were you expecting Jalen Carter to spit on Dak last night? I know you said you didn't have props for it, but that was not in the cards, eh?
No, man. And then as the game progressed, another angle came out where Dak was he didn't spit on him, but spit at his feet and was egging him on. So,
first.
We had a little spitgate going on, and nothing better than some spit drama in the first night of NFL kickoff. So that was.
I liked the Dak spitting thing because it definitely felt like he was kind of alpha dogging the guy, like, yo, all right, let's get after it, spit on the ground. Like, if you guys played some sports, like I played soccer, I used to, do some shit like that. And like, but you can't go and spit on the guy as the response.
No,
like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, that was
it's crazy. Spitting at somebody crazy.
No, Dak knew what he was doing and to antagonize the right guy, and it worked out for them. Even though they couldn't finish it off last night. Couple crazy drops, couple crazy calls at the end, but Cowboys, they gave it their best shot with the best defensive player out.
Yeah.
Did they surprise you? Did they look better than you think they would have this season? Like, what do you think about the Cowboys? Is this promising? Is this just kind of Eagles struggled and Jalen Carter got ejected?
Yeah, no, I think everyone expected the offense, Dallas offense, to perform pretty well out of the gate. Their defense was a massive question mark and probably the reason why they're not going to be a competitive playoff team, but. Even their defense looked, a little better than expected. 24 points, not ideal, but they kept them under 25, gave them a chance to win the game. So, yeah, it's it's only week one. You gotta at least see 3, 4, 5 weeks to really make a judgment call on a team. But yeah, I thought they looked better than expected for sure.
Okay, since we're completely off the rails here, and Connor just said stuff recently, and Rob's big hockey guy. Rob,
you're gonna do this? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Rob, I've had a conspiracy theory that I won't get into, but I have backings with money, with ownership groups, with guys that have owned arenas, guys that have bought in teams. I think Connor McDavid is gonna end up at LA King. Did you see the news today where he said all things are on the table? What do you think? Do you think Connor's a Oil Nation guy for life, or do you think we're gonna see McDavid in a big market?
No, I'm not going to comment on where he ends up because I'll get to that in a sec. But I definitely do not think he is re-signing with the Edmonton Oilers. So
you have the mind he goes to Toronto?
No, I know why he's saying that.
No.
I know.
I'll get my huge Leaf fan homerdom out of the way. I'm not saying he's coming here, but I don't think he's re-signing because for the major reason is why this. He would already be re-signed by now. The Oilers would give him blank check, blank term, blank anything that he wants. There's a reason why he's not re-signing now. Is because he doesn't believe in the team. His whole thing, he's going to make enough money. His whole thing is legacy, and he's lost 2 crushing Stanley Cup finals in a row. And his only thing is chasing cups from now on. So it's not money. It's not term. He's waiting to see what they did with this team. And over the summer, they really didn't do anything. If anything, they got worse. The goalie situation remains the same. They lost to like a number of players. I think two off seasons ago, when they got offer sheeted their two of their best young players, I think that hurt their depth a lot. I think he's going to go into the season not signing a deal. He's going to feel out how the team is, but I don't think he's re-signing. It's very a la John Tavares when he said he was coming back and he went into season playing it out. And I think him and his team are just trying to PR the best exit strategy out of here. So as a diehard Leafs fan and as a guy who grew up in Toronto and Connor McDavid and had the similar John Tavares, he had the Toronto Maple Leafs pajamas and the bed sheets. I like to hope he's coming here. I'm not saying that. I do think that the team is in a good position to win if Connor McDavid came over, but I'm going to leave that alone. But I don't know where he's going to go, but I definitely don't think he's going back to the Edmonton Oilers.
I will tell you this, Rob, knowing you and knowing how much your Leaf fandom goes that deep, if Connor McDavid becomes a Toronto Maple Leaf, you are going to buy some Connor McDavid fucking bed sheets. I know you will. I know you will. Look at that. He's
I'll drive to his house. I'll tuck him into bed every night.
That's
sing him lullabies, eh? Oh my god!
Whatever he wants.
Awesome.
Whatever he wants.
Oh man,
but Jesus,
absolutely. It's good to have you back on the show, dude. We missed you. Glad to have football back. We got some fun out of the way, but we got a game tonight in Sao Paulo. Friday night standalone game. What is the model kind of telling us a little bit about this game tonight? Set it up. What are we seeing?
Yeah, so I got my screen shared here. We'll pull up some BetAlytics.com. I'm happy to say in the first game of the year, we have a 5-star projection, and it's on an exciting over and not an under. So,
oh my God, Rob! Wait, hang on. Wait, I just messed up. I can't even believe you said that. You can't even believe it. All right, go back to it. Get after it.
For any new viewers, I've been known to come on here and throw some unders around, but we're going to cheers for some points on Friday Night Football between what should be a pretty electric game here. Like I said, 5-star projection. We have, and it's a 5-star on the over 47.5, which is very interesting because this total opened up at 45 points earlier in the week. And we have 49.2 projected points in this game, making it a 5-star projection. So that's what the data says. And then we can just dig into a couple under research points. Honestly, all signs would have pointed to this game maybe being an under, just the head-to-head history. Chiefs, or both of these teams, elite defenses last season. Last 5 of 6 of these games, head-to-head between Chargers and Chiefs have gone over with an average of 40.6 points. So I don't know, where your guys' heads was at before you looked at anything, if you immediately saw it under because of the defenses from last season, but it is pretty peculiar with these head-to-head recent, sample size that the books would make this 45. And then we've seen some not crazy, but some pretty significant line movement towards the over. So it went to 46.5 earlier today it was 47. Now it's 47.5. And this whole time, all week since the game dropped, we've had 49.2 projected points. So I love the way the line movement's going towards our projection at BetAlytics.com. And just a couple things I think that might have to do with this. Last year, we saw 2 elite defenses. We had the Chiefs 19.2 points per game, and then the Chargers were even better. I think they were both in the top 5. I think Chargers might even been first. Whenever you put numbers up like that, I think it's pretty, reasonable to say the next season, even if you're 6 and 7, you're going to see a regression in the defenses. And I think we're really going to see, and this is going to tie into my next prop, I think we're really going to see a jump in the Chargers offense and a final progression in Justin Herbert. He's all the talent in the world. But finally maybe making his way into maybe the bottom end of a top 10 quarterback in the league. So we have a next prop going on, but I think KC's offense, Chiefs, was like very, very underwhelming, compared to Mahomes' career standards. He was running an offense. So I think you're going to see a regression on the defenses, and then just a probable regression on the Chiefs offense. I think they were, 20 something in points per game last season. So I think it's going to be a huge, stress on them to really get the offense going again to like an elite Mahomes standards. And I think Chargers are right there in Herbert to jump into as a top 10 offense in the league. Chargers were 11th in points per game. I think you can see them finally break into that top 10. So after that long-winded rant, the model is just the model alone is projecting over 50 points today. And yeah, I think we're going to see almost more of a classic, Mahomes, Herbert, top 10 quarterback in the NFL kind of shootout.
I like this, Rob. I like this a lot. I talked about this yesterday with Shags and SPJ on Bespresso. The travel here with how it is, the time zone change isn't as drastic for the Chiefs team, and it's not as drastic as some of these London games that we've seen where people are playing on like almost 12-hour difference if you're coming out from the West Coast. At most, this is like going to the East Coast for these Los Angeles Chargers players. I think it's going to be a good one. I think we're going to see a lot of points. And I like the things that you said about this Chargers offense. Last season, we saw Harbaugh just kind of get in there, get his feet wet a little bit, run the ball very heavy. And I think J.K. Dobbins and how good he was out of the backfield really led to them running the ball more because he was picking up yards in chunks. This season with Omarion Hampton, the rookie, and it hurt Najee Harris, I feel like they're going to have to rely on that pass game a little bit more, and it feels like it's gotten better. They brought back Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey in year 2, and what do we see every single year with elite rookie wide receivers? That year 2 is when we really see them kind of go crazy. So I like this a lot. I've loved points in this one, and I'm with you.
Yeah, and just one little random trend I forgot to mention. Mahomes in his career since joining the NFL in his week 1 games, usually kind of shootouts, the overs have hit by a margin of over 6.3 points per game on the total in his whole career. So the overs have flown by typically Mahomes' first game of the year by 6 points.
By a touchdown. I talked about this a little earlier as well on any given wager of like I also think that the Chiefs are going to come out a little pissed off, a little chip on their shoulder with how the season ended last season. They've heard a bit of slander. This team has still won 2 of the last 3 Super Bowls, and they're getting like shit from all left, right, and center. Like, you don't think Mahomes and Kelsey and Andy Reid are going to come out and go, yeah, all right, you guys want to shit talk us? Watch this. So that could tie into the over too. This offense could come out humming, and we could just see it back and forth. So.
Yeah. That's a great point, Dan. And yeah, like I mentioned earlier, it was almost Casey's defense that carried them last year. I could see a really pissed off Mahomes being like, "Let me off the leash a little bit. I want to get my
Kermit.
I want to get my
free Kermit.
Yeah,
you got a free Kermit, man. You got to free him." All right, you got some props too. That was the over as well. You guys could see the data at betalytics.com. I'll show you the screen one more time. It's very nice. You can actually check out the weather too. They have as well 5-star projections. You can see all across everything they've got. Now we're going to flip and we're going to talk a little bit about some player props that you're looking at. And you kind of teased this a little bit with talking about Herbie boy. What are we looking at with Justin Herbert?
Yeah, I was talking about Herbie boy for sure. Data is very high in him this season. I mean, it's only going into week 1. Let's see where it is at week 3 or 4, but the BetAlytics data is loving him, especially on his passing yards, over 233.5. We have him projected for almost 21 yards over that. 5-star projection, 254 projected yards at BetAlytics. And yeah, he's actually specifically done very well in their 9 games in his career between the Chargers and the Chiefs. He's averages 266 yards in these games. Obviously, a lot of that is them being, behind in the game, and they really have to pass. But, I don't see that changing any different than tonight. Then I think they do keep it close, but he's going to have to be slinging it to keep up with Mahomes and the Chiefs and what should be like an offensively charged game. And like I said, And yeah, he's like I said, he's averaging 266 yards his career versus the Chiefs, and he's gone over that 235 total in 7 of these 9 games. So data's strong on him just in general this season, and then he also has that historical success versus Kansas City. And then it's never a bad idea to support a kind of a gunslinger quarterback versus a better team who they're probably going to be chasing the lead. So all those things match up, and we even have with the 254-yard projection said ladder option 250 plus yards at plus 140. I'll be attacking that as well for the value.
I'm smelling a lotto.
Hell yeah. All right, so Justin Herbert's gonna have to throw the football to somebody. Obviously, Donkey McConkey was big time for all of us around these parts last season, and probably a lot of you guys have him on your fantasy team this year. But you're not taking old Donkey Man. Where are we going?
Yeah, this might be a little more niche bet, but I actually really love this one. I'm excited to get into this one a little bit. So we have Ty Conklin over 1.5 receptions. If you see here on BetAlytics, it's only a 2-star because of the lack of value. We mix value into our grading system. As you see, his 2+ receptions is only minus 180, but that would be a great parlay builder if you guys are looking just for a parlay piece, to boost the odds on a parlay for tonight. And why we like this is so Conklin, obviously he had a way more better role in the Jets last season. His average line with the Jets last year was 2.5. He averaged 3.4 receptions a game. So the books have also dropped down to 1.5 because he's in technically the number 2 role behind Will Dissly, who will be the starter. And just a couple, tidbits about what I found interesting about that. Folks, I was reading some Chargers reports from teams and blogs and reporters that follow the Chargers, and it's looking like Dissly will be the starter, but he's going to be more in like a heavy blocking role. And they said they're going to throw Conklin in on pass downs and to be like a heavy downfield threat. So they made both these guys 1.5 reception lines on the books tonight. And even as the number 2, I found it interesting that Conklin is to get 2 receptions minus 180. And Dissly is minus 150, which is the book suggesting that they do figure, or they are projecting for Conklin to come in for the more pass role tight end. This is our second highest player prop projection on the website. Is Conklin to go over the 1.5 under the Justin Herbert passing yards. So yeah, and it's kind of a niche bet that really attacking. So like I said, Conklin, he was different team, different role, but he was 2.5 receptions last season. Then he averaged over almost 3.5. So you're getting a whole reception under his total from last season, where he will technically still be in the main passing, receiving tight end role. So minus 180, great parlay piece. It doesn't do it for you. I'm going to be laddering that up. If you get him at 3 for a plus 145, I believe it was. So. If you ever don't see the value, there's always the ladder candidate on the top projection. So
Rob, this is why I love you, man, and this is why obviously you've been around for 3 years now. Can you believe 3 years on the channel, bro? Crazy. Time flies, man. But see, the cool thing is obviously you guys have a model at BetAlytics. We work with a lot of really awesome models and things like that. Not those types, but we'll get there one day. But the cool thing that I love about what you bring to the show, and when you talk about the data and everything that gets backed up, right, is you then talk about the reasons and some of the other narrative aspects of it in association to like the depth chart, the players that are in play, like those things all add into the capping situation. And sometimes people just blindly tail the data, which, fair enough. That's how you bet. But as you talk about it with hockey, you talk about it with NBA, you talk about it with NFL. There's more to it than that, right? It's not just here's what the data says. This is just follow it. There's angles associated to that you bring to the table too, because you know your shit, which is why you're the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Even as the owner of a data company, you cannot. Any educated sports fan will know you can't just blindly follow data. There's so much more that goes into it, and these are things that we're actively trying to add into the platform. All the exterior and alternative. Depth things that go around just the data projection, matchup ratings, recent, trend hit rates, historical data. Yeah. this is a new feature we did add to the platform this season, was matchup rating that incorporates a bunch of data that you don't have to go to different sites to look like how is this player specifically fit against that defense. It may go against the actual projection, but sometimes all these things kind of align at the same time. So you definitely got to do your extra due diligence. But the good thing about BetAlytics is it gets you on the right path immediately. And then we're looking to add in, all these extra trend tools. But yeah, you definitely have to look into, specific matchups and all these things. So, but it definitely gets you on the right path and identifies, things right off the bat that you should be looking for. And then, like any educated sports fans know, you know what to look for surrounding the data.
Mm-hmm.
Goated. All right, run through everything that you just went through with all of the bets, everything you talked about before we send you off. We've got it actually. Sook is goated and made a great graphic for you. So roll through everything one more time, and then tell us what we're putting in the parlay before you leave.
Yeah, there we go. We're looking for a bit of a shootout tonight on Friday Night Football with two great quarterbacks. This opened at 45. It's down to 47. I've even seen it at 47.5. So if you can get over 47, that's good. We projected over 49 points in that game. So we're looking for some points there. Looking for Justin Herbert to make a really next step this year as a top 10 quarterback. And the BetAlytics data is loving him. We have him projected for over 250 points. So take him on his 234 for a safe one. You can ladder him up to 250 at plus 140. And then Tyler Conklin. Really feel like he's being undervalued at the books tonight as the technical second option tight end, but think he's going to be more of the pass threat tonight. So throw it in as two receptions for a strong parlay builder minus 180, or again ladder it up for the value.
I was trying to kill a gnat that is flying around my head while you were giving that awesome sell job. So I'm sorry if you heard that clap. But this is why you tell Rob and don't listen to me.
That your fire picks.
There we go. We'll all clap for fire picks. Dude, great to have you back, man. NBA is around the corner. NHL is around the corner too. I know you're excited. Get those Connor McDavid sheets in the cart. That's all I got to say. Do you want to put this over in the parlay before you leave?
Yeah, let's do the over. We love the over.
Hell yeah.
I think we can all root for points. This is Rob from our friends at BetAlytics.com. You guys can go check out all the awesome data they have available for you guys. Right there, you can use our promo code BNews to get a discount on your first month subscription. It's like paying for Netflix, chat. And at this point, it's cheaper than Netflix because fuck inflation. But get involved with everything they got at BetAlytics.com. Rob, we really appreciate you spending some time, man. Good to see you. We'll have you back next week to get you ready to rock and roll into week 2 of the NFL season.
Yeah, you better have me back next week. If you don't mind, I'm going to make a kind of a soft announcement right now. This has been a long
we like hard announcements around here, Rob, so can we get a hard announcment, please?
I'll deal with the soft one. Throw it at me.
All right, fine, fair enough.
The overhits, I'll come back hard. But
all right now.
This has been a long time in the works. There's just a little red tape with the Apple App Store right now, but we will be launching a mobile app, which is completed. I hope it's here by next. I am almost going to guarantee it'll be here by next Thursday Night Football. So stay tuned to that and have me on next week. We can do a little demo and go through a bunch of new tools, features, and everything great that the app is going to bring to all our.
Pulls up, three-pointer. Bang! Bang!
Oh,
Break the fuck up, Rob.
I think that deserves a clap.
Yeah. Thank you for announcing it on our show. That's fantastic, homie. I'm so happy.
Yeah, boys. So I'll see you next week. There'll be a lot to get into.
Hell yeah.
We appreciate you, Rob. Have a great Friday, man. Enjoy the weekend, and let's get some points tonight.
You too. Cheers.
Take it easy.
Goated.
Goated.
Chat absolutely loving it as well.
Yeah.
Goated. Chat, if you're not already involved, right now is the perfect time. Go get BetAlytics. Go get involved. They do a lot of giveaways around here. Friends of the program for 3 years. And as Rob just said, they're going to have an app very soon too. So
this is great for all you on the throne betters, if you know what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right now.
Exactly.
All right now. All right. Well, let's keep rolling into the football chatter because Rob's already kind of teed us up, talked about a lot of different angles. We talked about a lot of it earlier today, but I want to get y'all's thoughts. V, you wrote about this game as you were talking about. So I'll bring up the screen while we're kind of just dissecting it a little bit more. Kansas City -3, Chargers +3. Money lines are fairly comparable if you want to go with KC on the ML, even though they didn't cover it all last season. Allergic to it, -166. The over-under set at 46.5, as Rob was just kind of talking about with that over. Sauce Man, I know you have a couple props that you liked in this game, but just like an overview, like what did you kind of see when you were looking at it? I know you agreed with Rob about the points, but what do you think about this matchup?
I think this is going to be an interesting matchup. This last year was the first time that the NFL made the trip down to South America. It was an absolute banger of a game, 34-29 between the Eagles and the Packers. Not if you're a Packer fan, but it was a fantastic game, high scoring. And like we said, this is the YouTube game. This is going to be free. I think that they're going to want to incentivize some points. I think last night we kind of saw it too with the way the flags were flying just a little bit. Unfortunately, that stoppage really kind of killed any momentum both for offense and on kind of both sides. But I do think that this is going to be one of those games, like Shaggy said it yesterday, the Chargers lost a home game, a home divisional game. They made this matchup this year a divisional game, which to me is a big fucking deal to take away a divisional home game, right? And it didn't really process for me until Shaggy kind of made it clear yesterday. So I completely agree with Rob. I think this Chargers team is going to come out a little bit angrier. And this Chiefs team was so good last season. They lost 2 games with Patrick Mahomes under center, and then they got throttled in the Super Bowl. And all they've heard all summer is about Philly not caring, Philly resetting, Philly this, Philly not coming up with the banner. You got to be pissed off. Last season, they entered the regular season without their number 1 wide receiver, Hollywood Brown, and I think he's going to have a big impact on this game. He wasn't healthy to start the year last year. This year he is. He is a guy that saw like 100+ targets in 4 straight seasons before his first season with this KC team. I know they don't have Rashee Rice, and the next wide receiver is a young kid, but I do think that he's going to have to lean on this guy quite a bit tonight in this offensive shootout. We know the Chargers' pass defense was elite last year, and I think it continues to be this year. But Hollywood at 36.5, when he demands the kind of target share that you would give a wide receiver 1, just feels like a little bit of a misprice. Xavier Worthy is fast. He is fantastic. But Hollywood's been in the league now for a few years. He has seen 100+ target seasons. He's played with a guy like Lamar Jackson and played with some big name guys now between Lamar and Patrick Mahomes. He's got a full training camp under his belt, and he's going to be playing against a Chargers team that I think all of us think is going to put up points. I think Mahomes is going to come in pissed off. I think 250, 300 yards could be on the table for him. And if that is, I think 40 yards for our boy Hollywood isn't that much.
I love that.
I'll kind of piggyback off that because I like this play. I bet him some last year. I thought he got mispriced quite often, and he should get a decent amount of targets in this game. But I'm going to go a little more the chalky direction. Similar logic as to what you were just talking about, but I am taking Xavier Worthy. I got over 67.5 rushing and receiving yards. I added the rushing in just because there are those plays where they try to throw him jet sweeps. They try to give him a couple gadget plays every once in a while. So I talked about it earlier today. So if you tuned into Any Given Wager, you got the full shebang. But I think that he's going to have plenty of chances. He was the second most targeted player on this team last year behind Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce had over 100 targets. You know how many targets Xavier Worthy had? 98. You know what the third most targeted player on this Chiefs team was? DeAndre Hopkins with like 55. This guy just gets peppered when he is out there. As you mentioned, no Rashee Rice. I think that Travis is going to get targeted a lot. I think Xavier Worthy is going to get targeted a lot. And I do think Hollywood Brown is going to get a good chunk of targets there too. Love a good pissed off Patty. And I think that he's going to diversify the portfolio and give the ball to a lot of different of his pass catchers and playmakers. So I'm with you. I like the Hollywood play. I'm on Xavier Worthy for rushing and receiving. I think they're very hittable in this if this game does turn into a little bit of a shootout. And
we know how Patty plays against the division. He loves to tear shit up against the entire AFC West.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is true too. Like if you catch this, and I've gotten burned on these sometimes with wide receivers that catch gadget plays. You don't put the rushing in there, and they catch a pass like behind the line of scrimmage, and it's a fucking run, and then it goes for 50 yards, and you're like, oh sweet, there's my receiving yards, and it's a rush. So yeah, that's buns. But
that's a good tee up to my play in this game.
Get after it, sir.
I went with the game total over 212.5 rushing yards. I just think that we are going to see 2 prolific passers, but Justin Herbert's still young, and he'll put up 60 yards on you rushing randomly. And Patrick Mahomes, we on Betting News Network, we love to play that when it's under 20. So give me 212.5 over. I know there's no bell cow backs here, but I just think that a game overseas, close, high total. Both of these teams, if they were to play each other, gave up about 228 rushing yards per game together. So 212.5 feels comfy. Despite the fact that we're not seeing any bell cow backs in this game, I just think that for one of the reasons that SPJ just mentioned and the fact that both these guys do run when given the opportunity, I just think 212 is pretty low. So give me that.
I like that, Slick. I will say this: no bell cow back, but you got a bell cow coach in Harbaugh on the sidelines.
And everybody loves the kid.
Yeah,
apparently
he's going to beat the kid. And the Chargers last season, as good as their defense was, their kryptonite was up the middle. They had a tough time stopping the rush. The secondary was fantastic. They didn't give up a lot of points, but they really couldn't stop the run. And I don't think they did anything to kind of tend to that this year.
You've got Omarion Hampton. You do have Najee Harris behind him too. We don't know how that combo is going to work. So both of those guys are going to at least get a decent amount of carries. Isaiah Pacheco is healthy, so you're going to give him a decent amount of run. And don't forget, you got Kareem Hunt back there too, who can definitely still tote the rock as well. So I just think you got 4 serviceable backs. Who knows the split on how it's going to work? Hampton's and Pacheco's lines are kind of low, in my opinion. We talked about it earlier. Both of those guys could come out and absolutely smash those lines. So I like this play, Sook. This is a nice spot. You got to shop around to find these ones, chat. Sook will always give you these plays that smack, like Embiid was just talking about. The under sacks yesterday was air. And but be on the listen for these.
Shaggy was telling me that they're on more books this year. It's on his book now too. 5.5, the under.
They're listening. But speaking of Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco, anytime touchdown, boys. We are taking the plus 195 line here. I don't
listen up, check.
I don't think that this is a misprice in the sense. I don't think he's a guy that's going to sit at minus 110 any week or anything like that. But plus 195 for a Chiefs running back, for a Chiefs offense that is probably going to see multiple red zone opportunities in a game that we all think there's going to be points. I just can't pass up the plus 195. He is a good, strong running back. He is hard to bring down. He continues to move his legs even when he's wrapped up, and that's a trait that you just don't see all the time. If you don't get Pacheco around the waist or around the legs, you're probably not going to bring this guy down. This is his first year, maybe his second year as the clear-cut number one. Last year, we know Andy Reid does. He doesn't really give the reins to any one running back, but I think with the talent level you have here with Pacheco, I think with the way that this Chargers defense wasn't the best against the run last year, I really think he gets back into what he was looking like those first 2 seasons, averaging over 4.5 yards per carry rather than the career low 3.7 he averaged last year. Give me Isaiah Pacheco to get in the end zone and celebrate a little bit with his teammates in Sao Paulo.
Let's go.
I like it. Danny really liked Omarion Hampton to get in the end zone too. I like both guys to get in the end zone. You're getting really nice plus money value. If you think this game is going to zip up and down the field, kind of like BetAlytics was just talking about, I mean, this is,
that's why,
nice
weirdly enough, that's why I always go to the game totals. Whenever I see all the smart guys saying, I think this guy will do this guy will do that, blah, 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 I just go, why don't I just bet on the whole game?
Yeah,
sure. Or a team total. And this is all about I love when we break down these situations on the show, because as you guys know, chat, we're just guys. We don't know. We don't have inside info that much often. We look at stats and stuff and give you the moves, but it's all about figuring out how to cap games and like all the different angles and things to try to find. Like we talk about in the NBA very extensively, but it's the same with the NFL. If you like stats, if you look at the total and it feels good, like you like a lot of players and good matchups, what does that mean? That means the game's probably going to go over. There's going to be points, right? So it's sometimes 1 + 1 = 2. You don't have to overthink it, right? And it's one of those situations as well. So you can go peep V Scribbles for this game at bettingnews.com. And also a little bit of a sprinkled this is a soft launch for you guys too, in honor of Rob saying this as well. V will be doing a lot more NFL Scribbles for you guys for the rest of the NFL season at bettingnews.com. So if you like his breakdowns, there's going to be a lot more for you guys available going into next week and the rest of the NFL season as well. Yeah, right, Austin? We don't, unfortunately. Yeah. I talked Worthy. You guys, I think we got everything on the table that we want to talk about in this game, eh? Do we want to talk about anything else?
Hey.
I know.
Very Canadian of you.
You guys rubbed off on me in more ways than one. Anything else we want to mention in this one? I got some dub. You want to hear my dub plays?
Let's go to the dub.
Maybe a little bit of EuroBasket. I know we couldn't talk about the players, but I'd love to see what Sook's on for tonight or tomorrow morning.
I'll talk about the dub. We'll let Sook take it away. We'll gab a tiny bit about EuroBasket. Let Sook give you guys the moves from the morning time. We'll talk about some people that are getting us excited. And then, chat, we are doing a giveaway today. If you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on X, man, we appreciate you being here. But you ain't going to be in the giveaway. Come and hang out with us on twitch.tv/bettingnews. We're going to be giving away one of our All Sauce Team hats. Get involved. Come and hang out with us right here, twitch.tv/bettingnews. All right. So I have 2 plays in the dub tonight, boys. The first thing I want to start off this before we jump into the 3 games this evening is I have a ticket in my slip right now in the WNBA. And this is the first time in my betting career that I have a futures ticket that is that has incredible CLV value that I'm looking at a ginormous cash out on.
Let's go.
Inzi and I bet Asia Wilson to win the MVP at 45-1 about a month ago. Now, Padge is saying, oh my God, yeah, because he bet it with us because we talked about it on the show. And I said, there's value. Let's take it. Let's get after it. I put a cup of coffee on it. Inzi put a larger cup of coffee on it. And she was 45-1 a month ago, boys. A week ago, she was 500, plus 500, 5-1. I woke up this morning after the Aces beat the Lynx last night, and Asia Wilson had another crazy game. Do you know what she was this morning?
By the way, which you called on the show yesterday. Just want to throw that out there as well.
Thank you.
What's the number?
Asia Wilson is now the betting favorite to be the MVP of the WNBA season at minus 122. She has now eclipsed Nafisha Collier with 3 games left in the regular season. Now, I'm going to post this ticket tomorrow because I would like some feedback on cashing out. I'm not going to cash out, but there is a hella cash out option. There's obviously these situations too. Chad, if you want to bet smart in these situations, you can hedge. You could take Collier and take the same amount of money on Collier. However, the reason why I don't suggest doing that is because there is a third horseman in this race. Let's go. In Alyssa Thomas. So in a weird world, maybe Asia and Collier get hurt and then Thomas ends up winning somehow. But I'm just going to let it ride. I have a cup of coffee on it. It's 45-1. If I win, I win $300. Inzi will win almost $500 on this ticket. So that's the first thing I want to say. It's been so awesome sweating out this ticket for the last month. It also helps that the Aces have won 13 straight games. And Asia Wilson has been just clapping. So that's the first part of this. Shout out to all of you guys that tuned in, that tailed, that when we talked about this. We talk about a lot of futures and stuff that don't end up doing jack shit on this show, but every once in a while, one gets over the line. And that's why it's always worth it to sprinkle on stuff. I mean, Kate the other day was saying how the Aces had good value to win the whole thing at 22-1. You know what they are now? Plus 6-1 or something like that. She was kicking herself and missing that value too. So sometimes, Chad, it pays to put a cup of coffee on something because you can't go back and put a cup of coffee on it later.
We have a standing joke in our DJ chat from back home, and it's skip the cup of coffee tomorrow, make it at home, and place the fucking lotto, right? And when the lotto doesn't hit, everybody will text them the next morning or whatever, making coffee at home today. But you know what? That's what it's about.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, this Austin was fire, my man. Well done on that one. Austin.
They cashed, right?
Right? Yeah.
They qualified last night. So congratulations to you. Thanks for bringing that to my attention so I could tail on that one too. Big dubs to you as well. We have the best community in the world. Love to see it. Okay. Now that's out of the way. I just wanted to have some fun for a second and talk about my ticket. I really hope she wins now, man. She's getting so close. And I think she need one more big game. And then
recency bias is working in her favor. I will say that 13 straight games. The game right now against the MVP, because they don't play again now, do they? To the end of the season, exactly. No. So this is what is in everybody's mind when they'll be placing those votes. So
100%. And they've climbed. They were 8th when they were before the 13-game winning streak. They're 2nd now in the league.
That's crazy.
She's also leading the league now in points per game, over Collier.
I love Nafisa, man, but I think it's Asia's year.
She grabbed it by the skull, man. All right, so to tonight, another massive game. Yeah,
that was a good save.
You heard me. Just ask Bam; he knows all about it. All right, so the Dream, the Dream at home taking on the Sparks. Now, the Dream are third behind the Aces, as I was just mentioning. And the Dream, the Aces, and the Mercury are all 5 games back from the Lynx in second, third, and fourth. Top 8 teams make the WNBA playoffs. We've got about 3 to 4 games left in the season. The Sparks are ninth. They're 1.5 games behind the Fever, who are 8th, which is the last qualifying position. Fever played tonight, too. They played the Sky. Sky sucks, so I don't know how that game's going to go. I think the Fever should win. But the Storm have to win out, basically, at this point. So they got to win every single game possible.
Mm-hmm.
The Dream are at home here. They're hosting the Sparks. And I don't really understand why this line is set where it's at, boys. I'm taking a prop in this game. Give me my lady. You've heard me talk about her before. Going straight back to her. Give me Dearica Hamby over 27.5 PRA. Minus 120 is the line I got on this. Again, don't really understand this. It's hitting 8 of her last 10 games. She's hit this in 3 straight games. And these teams just played on the 3rd of September in Atlanta, and she had 21, 9, and 4. She's hit this in both matchups against the team this season. The game before that, earlier in May, 28, 6, and 8. She has been the driving force. Her and Rakia Jackson have been the driving force to this team pushing to get involved in to try to make the playoffs. And I think that continues again tonight. She's not going to stop. I also like the point 17.5. If you want to get frisky, take the 20 plus for some plus money. I want the PRA, 4 assists in back-to-back, 4 and 8 in back-to-back games, 6 and 9 rebounds in both those games too against the Dream. Good rebounder. She's probably going to score some buckets like Dearica Hamby once again to keep cooking in a desperation time situation for the Sparks. Our friend NZ wrote about this game at bettingnews.com. If you want more expansive analysis and also his thought on a side in this game, go check that out at bettingnews.com. Real quick, second one. Any thoughts on Hamby before I move to the other one?
Let's keep it going.
Oh, love it. Let's go.
All right, Rock. Let's go to that game I just talked about, the Sky taking on the Fever. This is in Indiana tonight, Friday night. The Fever need to win as well, even though I would much prefer to watch the Sparks in the playoffs because the Fever have announced that Caitlin Clark has been put on the shelf for the rest of the season. She will no longer play any basketball games this season. It's for her long-term health. Shout out Kate, man. Kate called this like a month ago. She was like, she ain't going to play again. And she was correct. So the Fever have to figure out navigating without Caitlin Clark for the rest of the season and the rest of the playoffs. And it doesn't matter because they have another guard on this team who has been there, done that before. And the Sky is one of the worst defensive teams in the entire WNBA. Give me Kelsey Mitchell over 24.5 points and assists. Minus 110 is the value I got on this. Don't really get why the value is here as we talk about it right now. 29 and 4 in her last game against Phoenix. But you guys know what she's done against this bad Sky defense in their last 2 games. 26 and 8 in their last one. And then 35 and 6 against this Sky team. Bottom 10. But the 3rd worst team in points allowed and assists allowed in the WNBA. No injuries tonight, as Austin just said in the chat. I think Kelsey is going to cook once again. You can take her points if you would like. It's 19.5 or 20.5, depending on where you shop. You can ladder that bad boy to 25. She should come out and cook once again. So Hamby, Hamby, Mitchell, nice and easy. Should be good games tonight in the dub. I said it last night. If the game turns into a snooze fest, turn on the Aces and the Lynx. Tonight, if the Sao Paulo game turns into a little bit of the shitty, go and check out one of these WNBA games and go watch some fun in the dub. So, there we go.
Let's go.
Bing bong. Basketball.
Speaking of basketball, Sook?
Oh, I'll be really quick with this. So we got EuroBasket on Saturday and Sunday. The elimination rounds have started. We have 4 games starting tomorrow morning. We got Turkey, who's been undefeated in these rounds. Germany is also undefeated. Germany plays on Sunday, so get involved with this. Currently, I haven't placed anything official, but I really do like Finland 17.5 against Serbia. Serbia, obviously, they have Jokic, but they were 5.5-point favorites against Turkey and dropped the ball. They are looking very susceptible to a L. And also, the other one that I do like is maybe Lithuania to cover 5.5 against Latvia. Obviously, Davis Bertans and Kristaps Porzingis have been going crazy. Both of them have been Latvian lasers hitting from deep, but I don't know if they can cover against a Lithuanian team if they slow it down and turn it into a wrestling match. But boys, really, if you haven't been watching these EuroBasket games, some of the primetime games are in the afternoon if you're on the East Coast. So check it out. We're hitting the elimination round now. A lot of surprises have been going around. A lot of fucking guys going crazy. I know you guys both like Fontecchio. Fontecchio had himself a game, so
nuts.
Tap in with EuroBasket. Finland opened up at 14.5. It's now 17.5. Laurie's been great. They also have another kid on that team that looks like an absolute monster. So I think they could cover the 17.5 against Serbia.
17.5 feels like a lot of points and a fun sweat. So I'm definitely tailing you on that.
Yeah, I am too. I'm locking it in. I'm disappointed in you because you know what's also been open late, even though it's in European time.
Yes, Denny has been good.
Denny's been open late, chat. Even in Europe.
8.5 point dog against Greece. Greece looked great, and then they did not play. They dropped a L to Bosnia and Herzegovina because Giannis didn't play. But there's a lot of shit talk that happened after that game, SPJ. So I'm sure Greece is gonna get up for that one. But I do really think that Greece covers that 8.5. Haven't bet it, but Israel basically is a one-trick pony with Denny. Denny's speed has been a problem in this EuroBasket because, like he's a very physical player, but when he adds in that speed and that playmaking, it's like almost like with Carmelo Anthony. They just love playing international ball. It just fits their game so well.
And don't sleep on these EuroBasket games because these guys take this shit very seriously. They very much care about taking home a gold medal. Like, this is no joke.
Did you guys see Thanasis slap the ever-loving shit out of his teammate?
Wasn't that Giannis? I thought it was Giannis.
No, Thanasis.
See, chat, you ain't need to do Netflix and chill. You just EuroBasket and chill. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on here. One more point, since I wasn't going to bring it up, but chat brought it up.
Yeah.
That plus 700 repeat ticket looking nice in the slips, boys.
Oh my
His
God.
PRA versus Italy is definitely in play no matter the number. If you just want to watch that game, Luka's PRA is definitely in play because it's going to be a messy game. Italy has a lot of guys that have played a decade plus professionally. They have decent athletes. Slovenia really, after Dragic retired, they really don't have that depth anymore. So I don't know. That's going to be a good fucking game too. But yeah, Luka looks scary as shit.
He looks scary as shit.
I'm really glad I pressed the plus 700 when I did because it's not plus 700.
On the MVP?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Got it locked
What
in.
is it now?
Plus 350, I think, or plus 400, depending on where you shop.
Playing in Los Angeles, man, it just gives you that and it needed oomph in the MVP conversations.
And we also talked about this with Unrivaled heading into the NBA. It's like Unrivaled 3-on-3 full court was a unique way for people to develop unique skills. And EuroBasket is definitely going to have some of these guys hitting the ground running. Like, my God, Lauri Markkanen might average 25 for the first 2 months and then finally get traded to greener pastures. And we've talked about this. The guy's had an absolutely shit fucking end of the stick for his entire 10-year career in the NBA. And it's time for Lauri to be in a good place.
Last point on this before we tap it and cook a parlay. We haven't even talked about this guy. Alpi, man.
Yeah.
The Sangoon machine, dude. This guy, you know what? Because I've been watching. I didn't watch the whole game, but I watched a good portion of that game with him and Jokic going toe to toe. And you made the comment of how he was attacking him offensively.
Mm-hmm.
If the Rockets next season have KD firing on all cylinders, and they have an Alperen Sengun that can come in and go and get you a like EuroBasket back to the bucket, any type of bucket at any particular point on every single possession. Because we've always talked about Alpi. We have seen this the last 2 years. We've all liked it so much. There was just always that missing level of his offensive game of, can he get you a bucket with his shot? He's been spraying threes, boys. He's been hitting jumpers from the elbow. Dude.
I'm interested to see how they not like change how he's used, but kind of enhance how he's used this upcoming season, because Ime is not the type of coach that's just going to leave him. He's going to see this progression that he's like having, and you just know that role is going to expand next season.
He was one of the worst shooters in the league that had high usage. God knows what's going to happen if he just becomes league average from three.
I mean, I ain't even seen that guy shoot a bunch of threes, and he was spraying them.
Even if his mid-range kind of takes that next step too, fuck, man. Holy.
Dude, he was – did you see him? He did a move where he Euro-stepped a fool and dunked on his head top. I have not seen Alperen Sengun act that way, man.
What month is it?
That's like the most underrated part of his game is that he's been like that's how the first highlight I ever saw of him was some of him yamming on someone, and then after that I was like, oh, that's just a little piece of his game.
Dude, this is what it's September and we're already fawning over Alperen saying, "Goon boys, we are so fucking back."
I feel like we've been doing it for 3 years straight.
No, we haven't.
I feel like we were one of the first ones to get on the Alpi train, baby. We were the first ones.
We have been, but that's what I mean. We're back to regularly scheduled program.
He's gonna plus 4,000 for MIP, dude.
In the district.
There's one person on the planet that was happy to go to the Wizards, and it was that guy.
You guys want to hear something awesome before we cook the parlay? So my landlord. I was talking with him the other day, and he was asking me what I do for a living. And I was saying, we do this. I work with Betting News. It's awesome. He's like, oh, sick. I'm a basketball fan. And I was like, oh, word. We have a great basketball show you should watch. He was like, okay, cool. And I was like, who do you support? He's like, oh, I'm a huge Rockets fan. And I was like, yo, we love the Rockets around these parts. And he started dude, this guy is a Rockets fan. He knows everything about the Rockets. And I was like, oh, you know the Rockets, my dog. You're not just a casual. You are a Rockets fan. And it was.
Let's not forget they have the 3rd overall pick from last year, and Shepard. He ain't going nowhere. He's only going to get better.
Oh, I know. He was pulling names. He was telling me, he was like, yeah, I think next season with KD, we're gonna have the starting lineup of Sengun, KD, Amen, Fred VanVleet, and Jabari Smith. Bruh. I was like, oh, David.
Hella too.
Yeah, and Steven Adams still. Jesus Christ. Anyway, all right, that's enough chatter. Wow, boys, we're so back. Let's cook. Let's cook a parlay. We're going to do a giveaway at the end of the show in just a few minutes, so stick around right here on Twitch. Drop a dub if you're with us on Twitch. If you're watching us on X or on YouTube, we appreciate you being here, but you will not be entered in the giveaway. Sad. Don't be sad. Get glad. Come and hang out with us on Twitch. Twitch.tv/betting news. And you will be entered into the giveaway of one of our new hats. Guys,
that's good.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do for the parlay?
We'll start with Rob's 47.5 over.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the game total rushing yards because that's not on every book.
We could layer that into taking Pacheco or Hampton.
Or even just Mahomes, 17.5.
Ooh, Mahomes for 17.5?
I'd like that a lot, actually. I can get down with that. You can see old Patty Boy having to scramble around.
Okay, 17.5 from Mahomes.
17.5.
Let's do the same thing we did yesterday and try to diversify the portfolio because we do have an SGP that we put together on any given wager earlier. So let's try to.
Is Xavier worthy in that one? Should we diversify with Hollywood?
I can get down with Hollywood.
I know I sold yesterday with Devontae, but let's not. Let's
no.
Go.
Let's do Hollywood, yo.
Bro. Yeah, I'm in. All right, so the under in the game.
Over, I thought.
Sorry, fuck. Over. The over, my bad. I'm so used to Rob pitching unders. I just was straight under. 36.5 for Hollywood. Sook for Patty Mahomes, rushing yards.
17.
Do you guys want to? Oh,
Chat really liked Conklin for 2+.
I like that too.
I do too.
Is it available everywhere?
The whole world is on Disley.
It should be.
Should we throw Gerald in the parlay with Kareem Hunt over 5 rushing attempts?
Oh, he loves that play.
I do not see Conklin available, unfortunately.
Is this a wink situation or for reals?
I want to bet it, so no, this is not a wink. The other alternative is we could do 3 parlays in the NFL, and we can throw in some dub if you guys want. But I'll let chat. You guys decide. Do you want the 4th leg to be something in the football game, or do you guys want to ride with something in the WNBA?
Got a couple more plays from chat.
Chat, let us know.
I like the Hamby. I like the Hamby moves.
What about McConks?
Donkey.
Yeah, donkey over 5.5.
Donkey. We have that in the parlay from earlier too. Which, while we're figuring this out, I will read the parlay from earlier because it's spicy. I don't know if you guys want to tail, but Omarion Hampton for a touchdown, Xavier Worthy over 68.5 rushing and receiving yards, Isaiah Pacheco for 10 receiving yards, and then Ladd McConkey Donkey for 6 catches.
Do we want to take a
Plus
lag
11.
touchdown?
That's greedy, I think.
Because
We can do a little. We can do a lotto. We can get into that.
Okay.
Austin wants to do Hamby.
Let's do
Let's do
Hamby.
ham.
Yeah.
Let's do Hamby.
Asia slapped yesterday.
She did. Good old goat. I'm gonna buy a fucking Angel Wilson jersey if she cashes us out in the MVP award.
Well deserved.
Don't get me bricked up now, boys. All right, now.
All right,
27 and a half.
saucy for.
869. Oh, we gotta see.
Oh,
I
nice.
gotta
There
hang
we
on.
go.
I gotta book it before it changes. I hate when I don't do that. All right, I booked it. I didn't even look. I don't even know if I did it right. Okay. 47 and a half game total in Sao Paulo. Marquise Brown from V over 36 and a half receiving yards. Patrick Mahomes over 17 and a half. Kermit scrambles. And then De'Arica Hamby to take us home in the WNBA over 27 and a half PRA. Bing, bong, bang.
Boys, this feels good.
Love to see it. Absolutely.
Feels
love to see
great.
it. Feels good. It feels great. How are you? All right, Lotto. V, you said do you want Donkey McConkey touchdown or do you want to put Pacheco touchdown in here?
Let's go.
Pacheco's plus 165. Donkey's plus 170.
Sook, what are you thinking? I like Pacheco a lot. I'm on him today. I'm down to throw him in there.
I think I like
Are
that.
we doing touchdown scorers or what are we doing here?
I'm going to do Kelsey Mitchell 25 points is my leg. So we're diversifying.
I think Rob also had a
Oh.
leg too that he wanted to ladder up. What was that? Oh, we can't get.
But we could take Herbert 250 passing
Yeah, we
yards.
could take Herb's 250.
Okay, Justin Herbert 250.
What do those 3 legs pay?
Hang on. Cooking.
Herbert 250 passing yards. Kelsey Mitchell 25 points.
And then
Plus
Isaiah
14.
Pacheco.
Plus 1475.
Do we want a 4th leg or is that good?
That's good.
It's all right, right? It feels good.
So you don't have anything else that tickles the plummies?
I just have weird stuff. And
Do we
trust
want
me, no. This
You
is
wanna
good.
just leave it?
Do we
This
want
is
to throw
good.
Lad in there? McConks?
Donkey? Just
Donkey?
to score? No, let's not rely on the donkey. Let's just stick with the Pacheco and Herbie and old Kelsey.
Yeah.
plus 1475. 3 legs. Cup of coffee. Come on now. Here we go.
We
Love
are
to see
slow back.
We are back. Well done, boys. Chat, absolute goats you are. Thanks for being here and hanging out with us. To kick off your weekend. You guys ready for the giveaway? Chat.
Oh yeah.
So you ready for the
Loader up.
giveaway? Drop a dub in the Twitch chat so we know that you are here and ready to roll. I will pull up the old song for OG B. Dot in honor of him hitting or saying that we didn't play the old song anymore for the parlay wins. Whoever wins will get one of our brand new hats. You can choose, actually. You can get this football one. You can get a sauce team one. You can decide because we got a lot at the stove. At the stove. Oh, look at all those duckies. Let's go. You guys ready?
Let's go.
Count me down.
3, 2, 1. Bang, 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 bang.
Many voices of SPJ always get me bricked up.
Tone.
I haven't heard this one in a minute. We appreciate you guys tuning in for the All Sauce team today.
Oh, Batman cooked. Sorry, Batman.
Batman's cooked.
Uh-oh.
Bond.
On! Campaign.
Bond won yesterday too, but we didn't get a
Bond.
response.
Bond, you won yesterday, and we didn't hear anything. Are you real, Bond?
Bond?
No.
James Bond?
Chances of the same bot being here again.
Again, right?
Yeah.
Oh, let's run it back.
Bond.
Run it back.
Run it back.
If Bond replies, I will end today's. But I don't see it happening.
Oh, I don't think so either. Goated sweatshirt too, my dog. Looks good.
Ooh, I didn't even notice. That's sick.
Kitchen water with all these turkey
Big
breasts
Big
and
Dot.
thought it was Thanksgiving. Don't make me pull out of me. Cash I ain't tripping. Long ass nose on sticks, got it clipping.
5 seconds.
Let me see
Where's
you
the
shake it
move?
one cheek at a time. Let me
Gary.
slide with the line, yeah, your body
Gary.
You know Gary's real.
We know Jerry's real. Congrats, Jerry. Jerry. Jerry, send us a DM on Twitter at @YourBettingNews, or send one of us a DM. We'll get it sorted out for you guys. I'll remind you with the giveaways. We ain't going to come chasing you down to give you free shit now, chat. So you better be DMing us. Otherwise, it's going to go in the wayside. Hey, there he is.
There he is.
Send us a DM, big dog. We'll get you a hat. We appreciate you. Boys, we're so back. Go follow Just Sook on the social media machine, who will be Eurobasketing and chilling with his wife tomorrow. Go follow Vsauce on the social media machine at Vsauce. Go follow me at Sweatpants Jesus. We appreciate you guys. Go follow all of us at Your Betting News. We'll be live again tomorrow. No 90 minutes of glory with Shaggy in the morning talking footy, because there ain't no footy tomorrow. So we will be live, though, at 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central, to give you guys the moves on BetSpresso for a huge day of college football. We'll be talking WNBA tomorrow, talking a little bit of some NFL as well, and we'll also be talking the Violence Report with Trizzy for UFC in en français. The UFC will be over the water, and they will be fighting like this in the Paris. That's what they will be doing tomorrow in France. So,
and then Gridiron on Sunday.
And then
I'm so ready to be unhinged on Sundays. I hope you guys are ready too.
I'm so ready.
Boys, it's at 9:30 now in the Central Time Zone. I'm gonna be chugging a beer at 9 a.m. Get ready.
Have you guys seen that meme where it's like outfits already laid out the night before? My outfit for Sunday is already laid out, boys. Like, it's already laid out. It's in a different room because I can't. I'm pumped. I'm ready.
Wow, that's breaking news.
We could stay on stream for like the next 3 hours if we wanted.
Yeah,
we really could. We can't. We got plenty of time. It's Friday night. The vibes are high. I had one more thing to say. Oh, if you guys do this, I'll do it too. Now, I don't know if this is possible. Oh, Austin, fake news.
Come on, Austin.
God damn it, Austin. Do you guys have the capabilities of finding any smelling salts around you? Because we saw that video, and how dope would it be for the first official Gridiron Gang for week 1 for all of us to rock up and get up?
I live in hockey country. I can definitely get my fucking hands on some smelling salts.
I think I could get my hands on some too. I'll take a look around for sure.
Are you saying we're doing smelling salts on Sunday?
I'm fucking with it. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We ain't gotta have to. I'm sure Trizzy already has him in the back pocket. I don't think we need to convince him whatsoever. All right, we'll talk about it. We'll figure it out.
Oh, so pumped, boys.
Let's go. Great idea.
Thank you. Let's go. You guys came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes. We appreciate you. We'll catch you on the next one. We'll see you in the morning for Saturday morning BetSpresso. Have a fantastic Friday night. Catch you in the next one.
What you know about rolling down in the deep?
Riding in the deep.
Down in the deep.
Now I know y'all be loving this shit right here.
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Rolling.
What you gonna do now?
Down in the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about